is going on, guys? It is the ProdigyCraft here, back with round 9 of Formula 1 2023 career mode. Today we are racing in Belgium, Spa-Francorchamps. It is a sprint weekend, meaning we have practice 1 straight into qualifying, straight into the sprint and straight into the race. Looks like we've got a wet qualifying session coming up. So let's jump straight into practice, get the practice programs done and see what we can do in a wet qualifying at Spa. Okay. Track acclimatization program on the hard tyre. Let's see what we can get out of it, shall we?
Okay, test complete, and that was a really good job indeed. We got a lot of valuable information out of that. Well done. We've lost the front right tyre. Front right tyre has shredded.
Yeah, not great. The car's not feeling great round here at the moment, which is...
Car repairs have set us back a little.
Okay, we'll try this setup. We've lost a set of mediums punctured. And we'll go out for a qualifying place program.
Program complete and a job well done. We got some excellent data with that run, so come on back to the garage and I can take you through the numbers.
It's time to remind ourselves of our top 3, who are Jackson, Leclerc and Carlos Sainz. And that's it, practice is officially over. Until next time, goodbye.
We've got a bit of a situation at the moment. Seems like something's off with the fuel injection system. We're looking into it, but we're going to be out of action for a few minutes.
That's just great, isn't it? Especially when there's a chance of rain. Ah, Jesus. Come on, Jeff. Don't do me like that, son. So at the end of Q1 it is George Russell P1, myself P2, Max Verstappen P3, just 2.5 tenths covering the top 3 as we go into qualifying 2. Join us then. So we need to get out now.
Okay, when you're ready, let's go.
It's already raining. Okay, not a bad lap in the rain. Let's do our in-lap, see what happens. So, at the end of a wet qualifying 2, it is myself P1, Charles Leclerc P2, and George Russell P3 with over a second covering the top 5 there. It's going to be interesting to see what happens in Q3 as we all go out on the intermediate tyres. Who's going to get pole? Let's see. .50.7. I've no idea how good of a lap that is.
Qualifying finished, it's time to remind ourselves once again of our top three: Jackson, Russell and Max Verstappen. With qualifying wrapped up now, we have our grid lineup for the big race tomorrow. Be sure to join us then for what will no doubt be a fantastic race. Welcome to today's sprint. This is shaping up to be another fantastic weekend. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting sprint. Jackson lines up on pole position, and starting next to them is George Russell. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Sainz, Perez, Leclerc, Gasly, Stroll, Joe, Tsunoda, Fernando Alonso, Norris, Oscar Piastri, Albon, Bottas, Ocon, Ricciardo, Magnussen, Hülkenberg and Logan Sargent. Which of these drivers will get pole position today? We'll soon find out.
Okay, let's get into the sprint. 1 light, 2 light, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and away we go for the Belgium Grand Prix. And straight away we have got a great start there. We are streaking out into the lead as we go through La Source and down into Radion and Eau Rouge, very famous part of the Spa-Francorchamps circuit. Not a bad start to the sprint, if you ask me. Not a lot really happens here as we streak off into the lead. Only 4 laps to go. We're going to skip here to lap 4. And again, here we are going down Eau Rouge. You can see the gap about 2, maybe 2.8 seconds to Russell there. Quite a gap we've built up in the sprint. Very fast car, especially down the straights. Not a lot of downforce. So a lot of straight line speed as we come down the Camel Straight into Le Grand. Turn 7, turns into turn 8, turns into a massive spin there. And we are dropping down the order. Verstappen, Leclerc, Sainz, Perez all going past there. Stroll getting past us there as we've took a little bit of damage, I believe, onto the front wing. Not great at all. We've gone wide into turn 10 and 11, and we've got the Aston going past us there of Fernando Alonso as we are heading down into turn 12 Pouon. Can anything be done? No, we have lost the position there to Alonso. So from going into the lead, spinning out in turn 8 has put us down to P9, potentially P10 as Tsunoda tries around our outside there, but we just managed to fight him off. What a absolutely terrible end to the sprint, and that's what happens when you have a lapse in concentration there. Absolutely terrible for us there, as it looks like we're holding on to P9 as we come down Blanchimont through 18 here, as we get to the bus stop chicane, and that is going to be P9 on the road for the sprint race as George Russell and Max Verstappen come across the line. What a absolutely terrible end to the race. Oh my god, what a...
And that's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Fermé.
No words, no fucking words.
So let's see what effect this result has had on the drivers' standings. Our championship leader is still sat at the top of the standings, but their rivals have made up some solid ground today. The grid is set then, so that just leaves the race itself. Join us tomorrow where we'll be live with all the action. And until then, goodbye. Welcome to this visit to the Ardennes countryside. Spa-Francorchamps hosted its first Grand Prix back in 1925, and this historic track is loved by drivers and fans alike, and us here in the commentary box too. So it's a warm welcome from the Belgian Grand Prix. Spa-Francorchamps today, a circuit that spans 4.35 miles. There are tons of elevation changes along the way too. 19 corners making up this circuit, with 9 of those to the right and the remaining 10 to the left. This track's a great one for fans of pure speed, and the average lap speed comes close to a whopping 145 miles per hour. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks like for today's race. George Russell will begin today's event in pole position, edging out Max Verstappen, who'll start from P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Sainz, Perez, Stroll, Gasly, Fernando Alonso, Tsunoda, Norris, Oscar Piastri, Leclerc, Bottas, Ocon, Albon, Ricciardo, Magnussen, Hülkenberg, Sargent, Joe, and Jackson. And now it's time to head down to the track. And I'm joined once again by Anthony Davidson to bring you the lowdown for today's race. Let's talk about Jackson. What do you make of their performance so far this season?
Well, the atmosphere within that team seems very positive at the moment. Everyone seems like they're in great spirits and having a lot of fun doing what they do. And that's definitely contributed to the performances we've seen.
Right, we'll go medium to soft. The reason I am in last now is because I've took a whole new engine for this race, because I spun out of the sprint race from the pole position, spun out first on the last lap. So let's see what we can do, make a dent, hopefully get some good points, and we've got a new engine at least. 1 red light, 2 red lights, 3 red lights, 4 and 5. And we're away for the Belgium Grand Prix here. 11 laps to see what damage we can do after taking the penalty and falling down to P20 into turn 1. The source, we are already up to P13. P12 now as we get past Esteban Ocon. That's a great start here, and we've got an excellent run on Leclerc as we're going up Eau Rouge here. Radion, should I say, into Eau Rouge, and we've got a nice slipstream on him. Oh man, Are we going to be able to make a move? He's trying to make a move around Bottas. We're going all the way to the outside, but it doesn't look like we're going to be able to get the move done there. We're going to have to slip in behind as we've got Esteban Ocon coming around our outside there. Oh, just cuts us off there, Valtteri Bottas, as we're heading down now into turn 10 and 11. We're just going to stay in a nice formation here behind Bottas, and the order goes Russell, Sainz, Verstappen, then Perez, followed by Lance Stroll, Pierre Gasly, Fernando Alonso, Tsunoda, Norris, Leclerc, Bottas, and then myself slotting into P12. 11 laps to go. We've got a really fast car. We go wide and nearly lose the rear there as we're going round turn 12, Puan. We nearly lost the car there. And here we are now heading round turn 15 and 16. Looks like we've got some great speed here on Valtteri Bottas. We're going to get a great slipstream going into Blanchimont. Round turn 18 as we make our way to the bus stop chicane. We're going to go on the inside. We're going to go on the inside of Valtteri here. He brakes very late, but so do we. We nearly run into the back of Leclerc there. And we clip him as we're coming out of the bus stop chicane.
Okay, the underbody's taken some damage. You might start to notice it soon.
And we've taken some damage there as we come into La Source. Not great, but we are very close to Leclerc here. Are we going to be able to make a move? Heading down to Radion here. We're going to get alongside. We're going to make a move into Radion. We certainly are alongside, and we are through by the time we get to Eau Rouge. What a brave move there. That could all go very wrong, as we've seen in the past multiple instances heading up Radion through Eau Rouge. And we're also going to be making a move on Lando Norris here as we head into Le Com. And it looks like we get the move done a little bit wide there, but it looks like we managed to make the move stick as we chase after Yuki Tsunoda here on lap 3. Here we are then down the Kemmel Straight, and we switch back on him. That was so close, but it looks like we get the move done here as we go into turn 7. Brake a bit later than him, and we are through. We're almost hitting the rev limiter, 218 miles an hour as we're heading into Le Com there. And here we are now, P8, as we chase after the 2 Aston Martins of Alonso. And again, we're going for the move, heading into Radion. We're alongside, side by side, hanging it around the outside. And by the time we get up to Eau Rouge, we are ahead. And we've got a great slipstream here on Lance Stroll. And we're going to be able to get the move done into Le Com. Turn 7, 2 Aston Martins in the space of 2 corners. He's got DRS open, but so do we, and we brake a hell of a lot later. And we get the move done there. And also it looks like Alonso's trying to go around Stroll, and he does get the move done. Alonso on Stroll there, so Stroll's lost 2 places in the space of 3 corners as we skip to lap 5 here. We are going up Radion and Eau Rouge. It's a good spot for us down the Kemmel Straight. Looks like we've got some great speed as we go on the grass to get around Pierre Gasly there. We look in our mirrors, and bye-bye Pierre Gasly as we head into turn 7.
Good work. Great pass.
Thank you for the kind words there. We are chasing after Sainz and then Perez. We have a pit stop coming on lap 6. And as I speak, we head to lap 6 here. Kemmel Straight again. DRS active, no DRS for Sainz. And he's putting us right to the outside there. But if we brake a hell of a lot later than him, we get the move done there. But he is very close behind us as we're heading into turn 9. Got to keep it nice and tight, and we're still on lap 6 here as we're heading for our mandatory pit stop. So we've made the medium tyres last quite well there, and we're going to be going on to the soft tyre until the end of the race. The soft tyre felt pretty good around here. The medium, the wear on it was not too bad. As we head on to lap 7, get a good pit stop done, get out just behind Perez here. We're not held up too much as George he's already round us right now. George pitted on the last lap, so it's all going to be about how we can get after now Perez, and we've got Alonso right behind us there, but we get out just ahead of him as we head down into Radion and Eau Rouge, and it is game on now, chasing Sergio Perez for P3 effectively on the road, as Sargent hasn't made his mandatory pit stop yet. So are we going to be able to get him here? We're hitting the rev limiter there, 218, and we're very close And we are through turns 8 and 9, but we have a bit of a mistake there in 9, which means Alonso is actually trying to move on us. He's trying to go around the outside, but we cut that straight off as we head after Perez here. We are very close to him on the road. Heading round turn 12 now. Who on? Looks like we've got much better traction than him as he's on the harder compound tyre. Going to be trying to move into turn 13. Not really an overtaking spot, but he gives us the space there. We managed to get it done as we're heading into turn 14 Campus there. Turn 15's Stavolo and 16 here. We get the move done and we skip to lap 10. We are net P3 on the road. And it looks like we are going to get Verstappen around the outside here, but he gets the traction on us as he heads down towards Radion, absolutely barreling down there. We're just going to tuck him behind him and get the DRS on him out of Eau Rouge and get the move done down the Camel Straight. And as look, we're going around to his outside now, and just like that, no DRS on that Red Bull. Great straight line speed on the mark as we're not running a lot of wing, and we get the move done easily going into Le Con. Very nicely done. Now it's time to chase after George Russell, but it doesn't look like we can get the move done here. And as we head round the bus stop chicane on the very last lap, we are net second, and I'd take that as very good result. Oh Jesus, what a recovery drive.
Mate, I cannot complain about that one. That was an excellent drive. Well done.
Jesus. P20 to P2.
What a great race then, and a magnificent victory here at the Belgian Grand Prix. Anthony Davidson, what helped them deliver this result, do you think?
But they certainly stood out as a driver with tons of confidence on the track. I think their ability to keep their cool, even during some of the more hectic parts of the race, meant they were able to capitalise on the mistakes of other drivers, giving them the opportunity to make their way to the top spot with ease.
After an excellent performance at the Grand Prix, I'm sure there'll be plenty of celebrations tonight amongst the Mercedes team, and they certainly deserve it. So then, it's time to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship. Max Verstappen's excellent result today sees him take over as the new leader of the Drivers' Championship. Some amazing talent out on the track today, but Anthony, who would you pick as your driver of the day?
There's a few contenders, but George Russell definitely stood out, I think. A really solid drive from him today, and one I'm sure the fans enjoyed.
It's time to check out the Constructors' standings. No change in the top spot then, but with today's points, their hold on that lead is getting weaker. It's been an absolutely wild weekend of Formula One action, and I can't wait to see what's next.
And that is the end of episode 9, Career Mode Formula 1 2023. Bad sprint race turned into good normal race from P20 to P2. A couple more laps we would have probably had George. But as it was not meant to be. He had an issue again this race. Not sure quite what the issue was. But as we head into the season break, I will catch you in episode 10. Thank you all for tuning in. I've been the ProdigyCraft, and peace out.